We are live. Hopefully that little countdown worked out for us.
Excellent.
So we're here for Friday Night Draw. Rodney Fike is with me as usual.
How we doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
We are rocking and rolling. Cooking
Excellent.
with gas.
No, I meant to share the video for what we're doing here, and I shared the wrong post. So let's try that again real quick.
Oops.
Oops. Yes. All right. So, well, we got Joker there from last night. Jeez, it's been a long day. So let's give a little quick rundown before we dive into everything. But Joker there is available.
Yes.
He's $35, 6x9 sketch. That was from our first inaugural little sketch off that we tried out last night. And we're going to do again tonight. I don't know. Anything you'd like to add to the Joker description there?
No. Well, yeah. I guess it's kind of a Dick Sprang inspired. When I was sketching it last night, I was working on a couple of other things, and I just kind of saw the Dick Sprang nose working there, and it was there subliminally, so I just ran with it, and that's what I ended up with. So yeah, I kind of
nice.
I was going to add a little more shading on in the shirt and stuff like that, but I just wanted to put it up there just so everybody could see it from last night. And
awesome.
Yeah, it is available, like Sean said, for $35. So if anybody's interested, they can message the Art of Rodney Fike, and producer B can make that happen.
Excellent. Yeah, and the information's there on the bottom of the screen, and scrolling across and in the little pop-up comment.
Right on.
Let's see. I got my Thanos here that I was working on last week. I'm gonna ink him once we do our little sketch off challenge, and it looks like got a handful of folks in here, so I guess I'll do the little rundown on our sketch off for anybody that might be joining us.
Okay.
So if producer B there can pop up our little rules and regulations. There we go. And hide the other comment. All right. So here's our rules for the sketch off. So if you didn't join us last night or hear me give the little spiel this morning, pricing is per piece. So our drawings are going to be sold separately. You can buy it now by direct messaging us on Facebook. So if you would like Rodney's piece, head on over to the Art of Rodney Fike, shoot him a message. If you're interested in my piece, head on over to my Facebook page, Sean Forney Illustration. Shoot a message. One of our producers will follow up with you and get down your information. The sketches are 6x9 inches. If you purchase the piece during our stream, you get free U.S. first class USPS shipping. For international folks, give us a message. We will get you pricing on shipping. In order to qualify for that, you got to make the payment during the stream. And there are options for adding on ink and color. And again, the prices are up down on the screen. You can message producers and get you squared away. And we are trying to take in feedback from all of our fellow viewers here. So we're going to take suggestions. We've got an idea for next week's theme, and we came up with a theme last night for tonight. Tonight, Rodney and I are going to do Ewoks versus Porgs. And next week, we're looking for some suggestions on Spider-Man. So something from the Spider-Man universe. I'm going to pick 2 characters that you guys want to see us draw. And we're gonna do this little quick sketch challenge next Thursday for Thursday Night Throwdown. So there, I think I rambled off all that information.
Yeah, covered all the bases real nice.
Sweet. Louis has joined us. Says,
Hi, Louis. How we doing, Louis?
Yes, Louis. How you doing? Hope things are going well. We got Tina joining us.
Hi, Tina. How are you?
I'm good. I was making sure we were working tonight.
So producer B is in the house.
All right. Sweet. Well, I will grab my little sketch pad here because it looks like we got 10 people in the house watching us here. So
very nice.
We'll get the producers on the timer there. She's on it. Hang on.
What? There.
All right. I'm ready. Rodney, you ready?
Ready, Freddie.
Count it down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Right.
Again, I'm going to stick with the idea. We need an Aussie man like announcer for this thing.
Here we go. Yeah, we need to hire us a heel.
Yes. We need that play-by-play.
And I think he just showed up.
Uh-oh. He's here. Jalen Warner's in the house. Sean O'Connor's here.
Hey guys, how we all doing tonight?
It looks like we got comments loading a lot better this evening, so we are already off to a better start.
That's good. That's good.
And I probably just jinxed us by saying that.
Good job.
Thanks, Sean.
Let's try more talk about.
Josh is just here to sabotage us.
Oh, great. So how's your day been today, Sean?
Oh, it's been a little kooky, but not bad overall. How about you?
Hey, it's been okay. It was one of those take your mom to the doctor eye doctor days. So I spent my time doing that, and then finally got home and we got some wings real quick and munched those down real quick, and here we are.
Wings are always a good choice.
Yes, it's a nice mom and pop place, so we're supporting the local businesses. We've been going there for years. They got really good food. So
Nice.
yeah, it's nice to be able to help support them, and you know, in exchange they give us good food. So it's all good.
There you go. And we did some local stuff last night. We went to the food truck depot here in town, and
I'm jealous.
I've been wanting to go visit the Caribbean truck. I can't remember the full name of it, but they do like po' boys and like shrimp baskets, things like that.
Right.
And they have this big sign that says they got daiquiris. I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna get a daiquiri.
No doubt.
And then I get up and I read the fine print. There's no alcohol in the daiquiris. It's basically just a slush.
Man, that's Bush League.
Yeah, we were quite upset when we saw the sign, and then we were like debating. Well, does the bar sell liquor? We could go up and get a shot and add our own.
Yeah, exactly. We can circumvent this.
We behaved. We didn't go that route. Oh, Pops is in the house. How's it going, Pops?
What's going on, Pops?
Warner gave us an idea. Gwen Stacy versus Mary Jane. I like it.
There we go. That's an idea. Let's see. I think it's funny. Second night in a row we've done this, and we're not saying anything. We're concentrating.
I know. We're focused.
We'll talk after we're done.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta rock out this porg, man.
Quiet. We're concentrating.
I don't know. Rodney, have you ever drawn a porg or an Ewok before?
Yeah, a few times.
Okay. You know what? Oh, I've drawn one Ewok. I did one last year at Baltimore Comic Con. I did a commission. It was what do you call it? Expanded universe character, or like a legend, that there was an Ewok that was an X-Wing pilot. So I actually did that for a commission last year at the show.
Oh, that sounds fun.
But I have never drawn a Porg, so this is a first.
Yeah, I should have picked Porg because I draw Porg sketch cards all the time.
Nice.
Because they just don't last. They you draw 1 or 2 for a show and they immediately sell out. So inevitably I'm sitting there on Saturday and Sunday drawing more Porgs, which is not a bad thing.
No, not at all. They're so cute, and everybody's gonna want one. I was telling the story last night about Zambelli's Porg X-Wing pilot.
Right.
Porgans. I'm loving me some Porgans. And you said it sold almost immediately, right? Oh yeah. Let's see. Justo says hello.
Hey, Justo.
Warner says, what the versions of the Sinister Six? Okay. Be down with that. And then Maddie says Lobo versus Morpheus.
Ooh.
So, all right, I got Lobo pictured, but Morpheus like Matrix Morpheus?
No, that's Moby or what? Morpheus, the vampire.
That's Morbius.
Morbius. Okay, yeah.
He's got Morpheus with a PH.
Oh,
So,
Morpheus.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. And Warner's got Spider Ham versus Venom Ham.
That would be funny.
I'd be down for that. So, folks, if you're just joining us, we're taking some suggestions from the Spider-Man universe to do for a sketch off for next week for Thursday Night Throwdown. So if you got ideas, throw them in there. And anybody that hadn't caught my earlier spiel, the sketches are available for sale. Some of the information's up in the comments above. And each of these 6x9 sketches, pencils only will be $35. You can add on ink and color later. We got 30 minutes to sketch out these adorable little critters. And yeah, I think that's all the details. I think I hit everything there.
Yeah,
I'll do a recap in a bit.
Yeah, if you did you mention the free shipping if they buy it during the cast?
I missed that one, but there you go. Yes. Let's see. Justo says Stiltman versus a Shocker. Pop says Carrion versus the Hypno Hustler.
What?
You got me on that one. Vernon says, let's get ready to rumblery. And then Warner says, yes. I'm assuming to Stiltman versus Shocker. At least that's what I'm going to go with because I like the idea of that one.
Yeah, that's appealing.
Maddie, autocorrect change it. Okay, he did mean Morbius. All right, cool. I wasn't sure. That's why I was asking the question, which one for sure.
Yeah, that's funny. He mentions that because we were just talking about Morbius last night.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be an interesting movie.
Yeah. Curious to see how that whole thing's going to play out.
So, hey, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. I was listening to a podcast today, and they were talking about they're going to start shooting Spider-Man 3 with Tom Holland in February.
Okay.
And Tom Hardy's going to be shooting a movie at the same time. So they're when he's done shooting it, they're going to bring him over and shoot his parts. Is he doing Venom again? Do you know?
I know they're doing a second Venom. Tom Hardy's Venom, and
very happy.
Woody Harrelson is Carnage.
Okay.
And all the information I've seen that they put out that are supposedly like legit, is that they don't have any intention of crossing over the universes too much.
Okay.
But you brought it up the other night. In the end of that Venom 2, or excuse me, not the Venom 2 trailer, but the Morbius trailer, Michael Keaton shows up, and he's looks like he's playing
Vulture.
what's called Vulture again. So I don't know. Everything keeps contradicting each other when they go out and share the information, because I think they're just trying to throw everybody off.
Yeah, and it looked like he was still in jail.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's in it. I'm happy.
Oh
I really enjoyed Tom Hardy as Venom.
I still have not seen it.
I mean, I don't know. I just think he's a really good actor. And I just think I really enjoyed it. A lot of people hated it, but I liked it. So there you go.
I want to watch it. We've looked a few times to see who had it available to like rent or whatever, and then we just never pulled the trigger because we ended up seeing something else we wanted to see more.
Right.
But yeah, it's something I do want to check out, especially before the sequel rolls around, and if they really are going to do any kind of crossover between all the stuff, because supposedly that all of the Sony Cinematic Spider-Man universe or whatever the heck they're calling it, supposedly all of it's going to cross over, make sense, combine, what have you. They just they're pretty slim on the details.
Yeah, I just wonder how much reconfiguring Marvel's had to do since they own everything again now.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like what's going to happen if they do kind of try to combine the Sony stuff more into the Marvel stuff, and whatever their plans are beyond that.
Because am I correct in that or does Sony still own a piece of Spider-Man?
Sony still owns all of Spider-Man.
Okay.
They are like basically like splitting the profits on the Spider-Man movies, but
Okay.
Morbius, Venom, anything else they make outside of that is still going to be like all Sony.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're not giving that up anytime soon.
No, it's their cash cow.
Exactly.
They are working together better though, from my understanding of what's been put out there, because they actually traded dates when the whole theater shutdown started. They actually swapped some dates for movies for future releases so that they could stay buddy.
Well, yeah, I mean it's in everybody's best interest to work together that way,
Yeah.
So I would think that they'd be smart and play nice.
Yeah, and it seems like they very much are. That they're definitely on board with continuing the Marvel Sony relationship. They all look kind of sad. I was gonna make him evil, but then I thought, that might be taking it too far. But he does have a lightsaber.
There you go.
It's a Jedi Porg.
Vernon says he thinks it was great. I'm assuming he's talking about Venom.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. So I'm gonna check it out. It might be something for the weekend or after the weekend.
Yeah, it's a fun ride.
I still got to see that. I still got to see Joker. So much stuff.
When you see Joker, don't expect to come out of that in a good mood.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, and that's kind of what has put me off from watching it.
Remember when you went and saw Schindler's List, how you felt afterwards?
Actually, you know what? I've never seen it.
Okay, it's kind of like that, or Braveheart.
I haven't seen that one either.
Come on, man.
You guys getting the theme that these just aren't my bag?
What's the saddest movie you've ever seen?
Green Mile.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, that one, that was the first movie I was like totally like just tore apart by the end of the movie.
Yeah, I've never seen that because I know it's just a sad ending, and I've never seen Of Mice and Men, which is a classic movie, but that hits a little too close to home for me. So
sure.
I have always steered away from that my entire life.
And I'm being given some shit because I haven't seen Braveheart. Yeah, I've never sat through it the whole way. I don't know.
Yeah, it's such a great movie, but it really pisses you off. I really hated the British after that for about 2 months.
Warner says it's how you felt after seeing Tiger King. Tiger King, I was left sitting there going, Carol Baskin.
Screw Carol Baskins.
I still try to share those memes around, but yeah, after watching that, man,
she's part of the Trilateral Commission. Yeah, that was bizarre.
But hey, I think at least I don't think I've missed it. They're supposed to be unveiling some new information about the missing Carol Baskin husband.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's coming up sometime next week, unless I missed it. The whatever Florida Police Department said they had an announcement coming, and they put out a date, but I haven't seen anything yet.
Now, do you think additional episodes will follow soon after?
Geez, I hope so.
You don't see a little bit of marketing strategy in there, do you?
Oh, not at all. Andre, these look nothing like Vampirilla.
Well, it's before she has her makeup on.
Yeah. This is the early morning. We will fit in some bad girls at some point. Rodney just wants to get in a little bit more practice on the ladies.
Yeah. I can.
Let's just do it.
It'll be fun. You can all have a good laugh at my expense. I have a hard time with ladies. They usually end up looking like yeah. So but I keep trying. That's all we can do.
Yes.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me.
You are pretty. You are important.
What'd she say?
She said, "You are pretty. You are important."
That's right. Words of inspiration.
Yes. Hey, words of inspiration.
Hey, as if on cue. Hey, tell me who's getting better at the segues.
All right.
This guy. So,
what is your weekly inspiration there, sir?
well, we got to wait because I actually have a visual aid for that. So,
okay, all right.
What's the timer at producers A and B?
Well, you had such an awesome segue there. I figured we'd just go into it, but
if we put the timers on pause, we can do that.
No, we'll come back to it.
Okay.
We gotta. Amanda says, "Keep telling yourself that."
Hey, watch your mouth. I know where you live, woman.
Andre says they look like Ewoks. Enrique says, and you have to resign from the Senate for your behavior. Uh-oh.
Now we've done it.
Warner says on the clock. I know.
You're at 11 minutes.
11 minutes. 11 minutes left or 11 minutes down.
I feel like your Ewok has like chick lips.
Well, they kind of do have chick lips. It's so they can suck on all that honey that they get from them trees.
Oh, is that what we're going
That's Winnie the Pooh.
Well, they're both canine-ish, bearish.
Yes, but we know from Star Wars that they're like total full-on carnivores, because where'd all those stormtroopers go? Where'd all that meat come from for the feast?
That's right. They might have bad aim, but they taste awful good.
And like last night, they taste like chicken.
Tastes like chicken.
Let's see. Enrique says that would be a cool sketch off. Vampirilla, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and such horror host. I'm down with that one too. Steph is adding them to the list. The producer is on it.
Right on.
And Amanda agrees that the Ewoks are gonna go on and eat stormtroopers, and she says so do the Porgs, or that the Porgs taste like chicken. I'm not sure which.
Well, yeah, I mean the Ewoks were going to eat Han,
Right.
so
All to feed Goldenrod.
yeah, exactly.
There's got to be a circle of life there. Ewoks are going to eat Han. Chewie's going to eat Porgs.
Green milk. Warner gave us a squirrel.
Over what?
Probably the Ewoks eating stormtroopers.
Oh, that's true.
That's my guess. I don't know when they came in. If you don't want to draw a Lady of Horror host, you can do the Crypt Keeper or Svengoolie.
Svengoolie.
Or Uncle Creepy.
Uncle Creepy. No, I'm down to draw anything. It's just women are not my strong suit. So, but that's what makes it fun is we can all have a good laugh at Fike's expense. And I'm willing to be your whipping boy.
Well, we could have had a lot of fun with it since today is International Beer Day. We could have had Rodney, a couple beers in and
Now,
drawn.
that'd probably make it better. But I'd have to go full nudes with that. If you were drinking beer and it's chick night. Lady Death's gonna have her headlights on, if you know what I'm saying. Squirrel. I knew that when I said it, but I went there anyway.
He says Svengoolie was the local classic horror movie host. Yep. I never actually caught him on TV, but I've seen him at like every con.
Yeah.
Have a Nancy P draw off.
Who's Nancy P?
I'm gonna go with. I'm guessing he's talking the Speaker of the House or whatever her title is. Squirrel.
Nancy, yeah, Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, Nancy versus Hillary.
Yeah, that's not gonna get us in trouble.
Not at all. Won't get us put on any lists anywhere.
Yeah, not at all. Amanda says Elvira versus Morticia would be really cool. They're both hot.
Or who were the moms from the Munsters and the mom from Addams Family? Yeah.
Yes, Morticia was Addams Family.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The Munsters was somebody in the Peanut crowd. Help me out.
Lily.
Lily.
Lily. Yeah. Lily. Yeah, Lily. Lily.
Herman. Yep. Let's see. Yeah. Amanda chimed in. Lily Munster. Josh says Count Scary. And Girl Symbiotes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Scream, and I don't remember the other one's name. The other female symbiote from Maximum Carnage.
Oh, I got nothing there. I haven't read Maximum Carnage yet.
So the actual theme that we're looking for next Thursday is Spider-Man characters. So the Girl Symbiotes totally fits in there. But I am liking this horror theme. I think we got to work that in at some point because everybody's asking about it. I don't know. It's totally up my alley. Josh said Shriek. So it's Shriek. Maybe I was wrong on Scream. Maybe I was thinking, it was a Scream type name. So the stormtroopers only ate men. Amanda says, "Did you ever notice the Ewoks were all about eating the men? They ate the stormtroopers who were all men originally, but Leia, they were all like, nope, not even going to touch that one." Squirrel.
Yeah.
How's our timer doing there, producer?
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4
and
minutes.
15 seconds.
You now have 4 minutes to reach minimum safe distance.
Andres is
Man spider? That'd be fun. I agree with Warner.
Ooh,
If
I
we
got
could-
one. I got
Okay.
one. Man Thing versus Swamp Thing.
Oh, that's right up Warner's alley. We should totally get him in on the night.
Yeah, that would be boss.
And then Josh said Man Spider versus Doppelganger, which that would be fun. Enrique says Green Goblin versus Hobgoblin.
There you go. That's in my wheelhouse.
Yes. We are getting some good ones tonight. But if we can keep this up till Halloween, we should totally do a horror stream.
Yep.
Or maybe even do it for like the whole month.
The whole month of October.
Yeah.
Scaretober.
Scaretober, Drawloween, Inktober. Yeah. I'm on board. So make sure we save all these great ideas for October. All right, she's got them. She's on it. That's Jay's next project. So yeah, Josh is going to be doing the Man Thing versus Swamp Thing. If you haven't checked it out, Josh does a killer Man Thing, and I know how wrong that sounds. Everybody shush.
Oh. Come on. This is
Hey, Rodney, you should get one of those pencils like Sean said.
I've got one, but I'm using darker lead because I'm spotting my blacks. So that's why I switched to the black wing.
Bye to Amanda.
Bye, Amanda.
Bye, Amanda. The red zone is for loading and unloading of passengers. The white zone is for loading and unloading of passengers only. It's from Airplane, isn't it?
Timmy, have you ever? And I'll stop right there.
Let's talk about this Man Thing some more.
I'm
Less than a minute and a half.
okay.
Minute 20. All right. When our timer is up, I will go back through the rules on purchasing these lovely critters.
seconds.
30 seconds.
4,
3, 2, 1. Pencils down.
Oh,
All right. So there they are. I will run back through, hopefully by memory, and get this stuff right. The information is up on the comments. Yes, I have drawing sound effects. These 2 drawings are for sale. So if you're interested in Rodney's Ewok, go ahead and hop over to Facebook and message Rodney on the Art of Rodney Fike on Facebook. If you're interested in my Porg, hop on over to Sean Forney Illustration for the Porg there. The pieces in pencil, as they are right now, are $35 each. If you buy before the show is out, you get free U.S. first class shipping. If you're international, we will get you some pricing. You can add on color or, inks or color, or inks and color, whichever route you want to go, for additional fees. Again, you can discuss that when you message one of the producers. I think that should cover it. So there's the image with all the details. So $35 as is, $55 for ink, $75 for ink and color. And yeah, drop us a line if you're interested in purchasing one of these or both of these, however you want to do it. And yeah, there we go.
nice.
I love the Ewok. That is cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
He's
Yours is pretty boss as well.
thank you. I
He's rocking
didn't
the
really
lights.
know what I was doing with the Porg, but I thought I'd have some fun with it.
Okay, looks good.
Let's see. I'll catch up on comments here real quick. Dre was referring to my next painting after Electra. Well, either way, Josh, we'll get you on here when we decide to do Man Thing versus Swamp Thing, because that'll just be fun. Let's see. And Andre said should be just in time for Halloween. And I'm assuming that's when Josh will finally get to painting Man Thing versus Swamp Thing. And Enrique's got, I would love to see the Spider-Man villains, the Beetle and the Lizard. I was going to say Shocker, but that is just asking for you to go off on another rabbit hole. Justo says both look good, and Vernon says those are puffy lips.
Puffy lips, that's right. Them Ewoks got some puffy lips now.
You just got a little collagen. It's all right.
Yeah, you know.
Vernon says purdy.
Party.
My Porg is depressed. It's got a lightsaber and nobody to fight on the island but other Porg people. That's what she said.
Oh.
All right, Rodney Fike, check your PM for Mr. Sean O'Connor.
For Mr. Sean O'Connor. All right.
So there we go. So again, guys, we're going to be doing this, and we got a ton of great suggestions for next Thursday. So keep them coming, and that way we can have some fun next Thursday. Come up with some cool stuff to draw and make available to you guys. Our goal is to make some art quick, as kind of this challenge for the throwdown and the Friday night draw, kind of playing up that theme. But also to make, some affordable artwork if anybody is interested.
Sounds good.
All right.
So want to go back to the segue that I set up so nicely with the inspiration of the week?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the reason I needed visual aid was because this is what I got in the mail today.
Oh,
Yes. Bask in its glory.
excellent.
Battle Chasers anthology, boys and girls. Look at that big old corner dent there.
Ah, that means you get to get your fingers all over it.
That's right. That's
read
why
that
I
crap
bought it to go through it and study it and be inspired by it. But yeah, Joe Mad's Battle Chasers. You all know. You all know.
So
there.
gorgeous.
Right there.
Red Monica.
As if
y'all, we're gonna have to do a Battle Chasers night. That
Yeah.
seals the deal, dude.
Yeah. We could do a cliffhanger month. We could do Battle Chasers of Crimson, steampunk.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, so I just got this. It was sitting on the bed when I got home from taking my mom to her doctor's appointment. So I really haven't had a chance to flip through it. But Joe Chiodo pin up there.
Oh,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. That book, when that came out, that inspired the crap out of me. I must have done a billion different drawings of sitting there like looking at all the stuff in the book, but then also like wanting to come up with like my own fantasy type characters and stuff. And
Oh yeah.
I loved his art when he was doing X-Men, and I've since picked up some of the other stuff that he's worked on that was like the Marvel Comics Presents and whatnot. And then anytime I see something that he does that's affordable, I try to go after it. He's been doing an occasional exclusive covers at DC and whatnot, and those have been a little out of the price range lately.
Yeah. I don't have any Joe Mad originals. I've got Pachalo. I've got a few Ramos. I don't have any Joe Mad. I don't imagine, like you said, anything's affordable right now. But yeah, so that's my my inspiration for the week. Is this will be my inspiration for the coming week.
There you go.
So yeah, so that's mine.
Nice. Well, I'm a like total slacker and didn't try to think of anything today, so I'm gonna come up with something off the cuff here. And let's see. I'm trying to think. I know. Last time I said like Greg Capullo, and I'm trying to think what I said before, but I think I'm going to dive into. We talked about it quite a bit last night. It was Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
Not just the art, but like everything the guy has done, and kind of his. We talked a bit about it with the Rob Liefeld stuff, with his enthusiasm and how he just gets everybody jazzed up and whatnot. But McFarlane and just his like tenacity for all the stuff he's been able to achieve, just because he had that stick to itiveness. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you get the idea.
Stick to itiveness.
Yes, that. And just like you had pointed out, he's people said, "Oh, you can't do this." Boom, dive in and do it. And seeing so much of the stuff that he's done, that just kind of it has always kind of put me in that same mindset. It's like, okay, yeah, somebody's gonna tell me I can't do something. I'm gonna find a way to do it, because I'm just that stubborn,
right.
And I guess I just really get that that attitude, that vibe of okay, I might not be able to do this, but I'm gonna find a way to make it work, make it happen, get to a point where I can do it.
Absolutely. And you kind of came into age in the comic scene at that time, the summit of all of those events. So
yeah,
those were your quote unquote formative years, reading comics, buying and reading comics.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up having to go back and kind of catch a lot of the stuff that like those guys had done. But what you just had up there, the Battle Chasers thing, that's what really got me heavily into collecting comics, was when Joe Mad was doing X-Men and they started Age of Apocalypse stuff. I know I've said this a billion times, when we've talked, we've been on here, I've said it in podcasts and crap. Like that Age of Apocalypse thing came out and the artwork was so much different than any of the other stuff I'd seen.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to have this, went home and just read it over and over and over. And then, after seeing it, was like, saw they were doing that whole run of the Age of Apocalypse stuff and all the ads in the book, just bugged the crap out of my mom to take me to the comic book store and, set up a poll list and did it. And I, that's what got me sucked in. And then that's when I went back and, started kind of rediscovering some of the stuff that I had picked up an issue here or there, but didn't really know enough about, who the artists were or any of that kind of stuff.
Right.
Dove in. And then McFarlane was, one of the big things. Like I remember, in high school having to do some sort of like report on an author or something. And that's the guy I ended up writing the report on, and it's just like that again, that kind of tenacity and just gonna do it no matter what you say. And yeah, so that's my whole inspiration thing for the week.
Yeah, I think that it's funny because it seems like the last couple of weeks, before San Diego Comic-Con, internet version this year, the Image guys have kind of had a revival this year.
Oh yeah.
And I've been watching a lot of podcasts and stuff with Larson and Valentino and Todd and Rob and them, and and then Joe Mad watched a couple of interviews with him, and that's what prompted me to just hop on Amazon and order that, because I was like, when those books came out, I bought them, but it was back when we were coloring comics and stuff, and our schedules were so crazy that I never ended up getting the last 3 issues, and my comics collection is just scattered. I've bought and sold 3 different comic collections in my life, so I'm not I'm not collecting anymore. My point is I never read all of the existing issues of Battle Chasers. And I know it never ended because he never finished it.
Right.
But I needed to go read it and just be inspired by it, because he was just, and I was fortunate enough to be at that age where, I remember Liefeld on Hawk and Dove, and how I remember him taking over the New Mutants, and I remember talking to him in New York City. He was sitting there with Scott Williams and Eric Larson, and I'm telling him how badass he was, and how much we loved, New Mutants, and it's, and then as much as big of a deal as Image was, and how cool it was that all these guys had their own books, and while that was all in full tilt, then Ramos, and then they announced this Cliffhanger imprint.
Yep.
And Joe Mad and Jay Scott and Ramos had their own books, and Chris Pacciallo, and it's like, wow, for the top guys, and here they are. They've got their own books too.
Oh yeah. And that totally, inspired, 15-year-old me to go, well, these guys can do it. I can go and make a comic book.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I, sat there and came up with a, crap pile of ideas. And, even in high school, I looked up like, okay, well, what would it take to, make a comic book and actually print it and, do all this stuff. And, I quickly got like, shot down, not really by anybody other than me going, yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, back then it was. Back then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what killed us, is when the computer coloring started, rates were pretty high.
Yeah.
Quote unquote image rates. And that could sustain us. And it did. I mean, we colored for 7 years, but then, as time went on and more people got computers in their bedrooms, the page rates dropped, and it wasn't self-sustaining anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just back then, that's the reason why Superior 7 was in black and white. We couldn't afford to do it in color.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's so much cheaper.
Oh, yeah. And it is convenient. I mean, there's, however many various print on demand places where even if you just want to print out one book, you've got that option,
Yeah. And that's really changed the whole dynamic of self-publishing.
Oh yeah. And that's why, I bring up McFarlane. I mean, that was one of the things where it was like, these guys did the whole Image thing, and then, seeing the guys do the Cliffhanger thing, it's like, well, how can I get into doing that and whatever. And then it was just like, ooh, yeah, that's a lot. That's, and, that was me before realizing how much work was really involved in doing this stuff. Because, it was probably still like another, I don't know, almost 10 years later. I'd say probably at least 8 years later, where it was like, yeah, let's put together a book and self-publish it. And then realizing all the hard work and time and all that stuff that's got to go into, doing the whole self-publishing bit.
Yeah.
It's its own animal anymore, and we're we're still trying to attempt it and keep it on somewhat of a schedule.
Yeah.
But you know, can use this for an awesome segue of, you know, a whole heck of a lot about that.
That I do. That I do. Are you referring to Roadkill Rampage, maybe?
I am.
Hey, there we go. So yeah, everybody. We have this fun little book we created called Roadkill Rampage. And if you're a fan of Christine or American Werewolf in London or the old EC comics, Shock and Tales from the Crypt, so let's see, Tomb of Dracula and stuff like that from Marvel. This is right down your alley. It's a fun adventure horror book that we've come up with, and it's a story of a young couple, Ace and Tess, who decide that they're going to go out on a nice sunny day and take a drive in the country. And while they're out there taking their drive in the country, Ace decides that he wants to play chicken with some of the local wildlife and starts showing his rear end a little bit. And when this happens, obviously Tess is terrified by this and tries to do everything she can to stop him. And when she is not successful in that and things go sideways, the animals come back and exact their own brand of justice. So it's just a lot of creepy fun, excitement. The artwork is just absolutely gorgeous by Amon Hill. Amon is a local Cincinnati tattoo artist, and he does his own book with his wife called Arcana Vaquero. And we got him on board to do the art for Roadkill Rampage. So the Kickstarter is currently live, and we reached our goal within 44 hours, and now we're on to the stretch goals. And we have we unlocked our bumper sticker a few days ago, and now we're rocking towards unlocking the air freshener from Mike Watson. Mike Watson, Columbus artist. I was on his podcast the other night, and he drew Ace. We did a draw and chat. Drew Ace and talked about Ace and the book, and everybody liked it so much that we decided to make an air freshener out of it. So hop on over to the Kickstarter there, and you can get your air freshener. And also, we are at currently 71 backers. 70 backers, and at the 75 backer mark, we're getting you guys will get a digital PDF of Sean and Stephanie Forney's Scarlet Huntress Tales Through Time. So that is a great book if you guys are into the whole it's kind of the same it's a horror based let's see, Red Riding Hood on steroids, I guess you could say.
I like that.
Just monster hunting and things like that. Cryptids, as far as the eye can see. So yeah, it's so not only will you get a really amazing horror comic told in the vein of classic 70s and 80s comics and movies, but you also get Sean and Stephanie's really amazing Scarlet Huntress Tales Through Time book. So
I'm totally stealing Little Red Riding Hood on steroids.
that you can have that one free of charge. Yeah, so it's a lot of good stuff to be had out there, folks. So go check it out.
Yes, go check it out. You can back it for a little $10, and you get all those bonus stretch goals. So you guys got 2 stretch goals unlocked. So that's free goodies that you're getting with the comic book. So you get a print edition of the comic book, and then you get this other free goodies. And the more you share it, get the word out, and get some more backers in there, the more free goodies you get. So tell your friends, tell your enemies.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is on Kickstarter, you're not just getting the comic, you're getting all kinds of other good stuff, stickers, coasters, air fresheners. There's mini prints, postcards. There's a poster available. PDFs of other books. You're getting so much more. It's a whole potpourri of goodies along with a comic. An awesome new comic with beautiful artwork in it and an amazing story. And I only say it's an amazing story because the people that have read it really, really are digging it. So I'm very glad to hear that. It was so much fun to write. And as a matter of fact, after being on Mike Watson's show and watching him do his rendition of Ace, it's kind of set my mind on fire. And I've actually written a flashback sequence for an issue down the road that's kind of set up more of issue 3. And it was totally unintended, but when the characters start talking to you, you can't ignore it, and you got to write it down. So
yeah.
And the cool thing about it is issue 1's completely done, everybody. So you're not going to have to wait around for your book and keep going to the mailbox and checking. Issue 1's done, completely.
Yeah, you guys are smarter than we are.
Yeah, it's lettered and everything. It's ready to go. And issue 2, the script is completely written. Amon and I met last week and went over everything. He's got the thumbnails, and he has started production on the pages for issue 2, and I am writing issue 3 currently. So we are knee deep into the production of the series. It's going to be a 4-issue miniseries. So it's not going to be a one and done kind of thing. It's going to stick around for 4 issues.
Awesome.
So,
you're getting excuse me, you're getting some suggestions in here of you should have a face mask go on the next Kickstarter. And Jonathan Dunn says squirrel face masks.
There you go.
And hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We are totally going to work that into our next Kickstarter. And, there might be some various creatures on face masks when we get around to that.
There you go. There you go.
Stickers.
What was that about stickers?
Look at the stickers you get. I got them on that screen.
Oh, the stickers are up on the screen. So, yeah, there's the stickers. So if you see back $15, you get a physical copy, you get a PDF, and you get these cool stickers. So there we go, guys. I mean, all sorts of good stuff. And again, more folks that go in and back this thing, the more stretch goals you get reached, the more free goodies you get.
And the cool thing about the stickers, or not the stickers, the postcards, is there's a lot of nice little Easter eggs that we stuck in there.
Oh,
so if you're a fan of horror or 80s movies, you'll catch the little Easter eggs that I put in there. So check those out. They're really, really nice postcards. There's 3 of them there. And then also we have commissions available. I believe there is one of Amon's left. And what'd you say about?
I said I was going to load some more of yours.
And then Tina. Okay, and then Tina's going to load another one for me because both of mine have sold. So get on there and check those out, and you can commission us at pretty good prices for commissions.
yes.
$75 price there on the commissions. And yeah, it's a lot of cool opportunities to get some cool stuff, everybody. So definitely go check out the Kickstarter Roadkill Rampage.
Yes, do it. Do it now.
It's fun. You'll have as much fun reading it as we did creating it. So definitely we implore you to go check it out.
Go do it, folks. You don't want to miss out. Let's see. Jonathan left us a comment, says, looks like he missed the sketch off. Yes, sir, but you know what? I'll pop this back up here. So I did this fun little porg with a lightsaber. Rodney did the cute little Ewok there. And I think Rodney's Ewok has been claimed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, producer B has informed me that it has been sold.
All right, so the Ewok is no longer available. So I have the porg available. He's $35. And so if anybody's interested, you can shoot Sean Forney Illustration Facebook page a message. So there we go. And then anybody that's joined us recently, we're taking suggestions from the Spider-Man universe for next Thursday's sketch off. got a pretty good assortment of characters that everybody's thrown out there. So feel free to chime in with. Nobody has actually said Spider-Man, but we've got all sorts of villains and stuff. So I'm digging all the choices we got to pick from so far. But
Yeah,
by all
me too.
means, throw in some other names. Jonathan Dunn says, "LOL, love that Ewok, and I hate Porgs just on principle, but that's adorable as well." Thank you. It was fun. We got to draw some Porgs. Didn't roast any Porgs, but got to draw some Porgs.
The night is young.
Do what now?
Jonathan.
Let's get obscure. Okay. Oh, Cardiac, Cold Heart, Sticks, and Stone. Nice.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I've got the first appearance of Cardiac, and the book came with like a trading card.
I don't know that I remember Cardiac.
Josh says, "Glorious leader." Yes, Jonathan is our glorious leader.
Why is Jonathan the glorious leader?
Why is Jonathan the glorious leader?
Because his name, and Jonathan can chime in and correct me if I'm wrong, but the way I understood it last time when he was on our stream and brought that up, his name in Korean is very similar to the glorious leader of North Korea.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
I remember now.
And so he uses that in the Marvel Collectors Facebook group, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
So
Now it's coming back to me. Yeah.
Oh, and he says, "I absolutely love the artwork from the 1995 Fleer Spider-Man set on Cardiac and Cold Heart. His Korean name is Kim Jung-young. Hopefully I pronounced that right. So yeah, it does sound very, very similar."
So who did the artwork on those cards, Jonathan?
Yeah, the Fleer cards, they were doing all sorts of stuff, because that was the Fleer ones were a lot of the painted stuff, right?
I believe so. I had the X-Men cards.
I did too. That set that Boris did. That was the one I remember collecting. That was my first time seeing it, their artwork.
Yeah. I've got Frank Frazetta set of cards from the 90s. Boris Vallejo set.
Looks like they were 4 artists on the set.
Cry for Dawn set. Joe Linsner's Cry for Dawn.
Grant Brothers, Louis Boyo, and Mark Teixeira.
All right, so Steph said there's 4 artists. It was the Hildebrand brothers, Mark Teixeira, Luis Roya, and
That's 4.
that's all 4. Okay. Let's see. So Jonathan says, "Actually, I used it at work when I had to do training classes and had my employees refer to me in that way." That's awesome.
Nice.
So someone is a mastermind behind this outfit. And then Cardiac is Ben Barr, IIRC. Something in I don't know what the IIRC is. I'm slow.
I don't know. I got nothing.
Yeah. I was going to say in real life, but then I'm like, no, that's not the right letters. I got nothing.
If I recall correctly.
If I recall correctly. All right, there we go.
Okay.
I gotta work on my internet lingo.
Yeah. You're old.
I know. There we go. He's got it in the comments. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated, because apparently I got to be up on this stuff. I can't hear you. Did we go over what we're drawing tonight? You know what? I don't think we really did. We just started going to
No,
town on the drawings here.
We just grabbed something and started slinging lead.
So give us a little backstory on this here Conan.
It's a commission. I believe this came from a guy seeing my last Conan commission,
Cool.
and he contacted us, and
I think it's working with Sean's people, Adam.
yeah, it's Sean. I think it's one of your guys. It's Adam Van Sickle.
Okay,
Yeah. So yeah, he reached out to us and asked if I could do him a Conan, and I said absolutely. I love me some Conan. So
awesome.
anytime I get a chance to do Conan, I'm there.
Yes, Conan. He's so much fun.
Yeah. And it's so funny because it's kind of evolved since I've started doing it, because I had really, really, really rough pencils when I started, and now I'm kind of, as you can see, I've kind of reverted to my illustrator's mode.
Oh yeah.
And I'm liking the way it's looking, so I'm pretty happy.
I'm digging it.
Had to fix that arm a little bit, but I think I got it there. Thank you, reference doll.
Yeah, I had to do a shot for a page I was working on today, and I totally had to grab the ruler and go stand in front of the mirror and snap a couple photos so I could get the angle of the hand right.
Yeah, it's so funny because how many times have I drawn Conan in my life, and our arms, and I just, for whatever reason, I just could not get that arm to look right, and I'm like, what the heck am I doing wrong? And it's just it's so simple, or it's so it's something very small.
Right.
Once you get it, you're like, damn, why did that take so long?
Right.
So yeah, it's the joys and the pains of being an artist.
Yes, indeed.
And what do you got there? It looks like you got a Thanos snapping his fingers.
Yes, sir. Got Thanos. This is one of 4 that I'm working on. This, if stuff works out time wise, is gonna go off to Clan McDonald to then get in front of Jim Starlin for an autograph.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm trying to make sure that can happen for at least this one. Because initially they were going to be for a con to have that happen. And well, we all know what happened to cons. So we're trying the next best route.
Squirrel Infinity.
Yeah.
That's cool. It'd be nice to get Mr. Starlin to sign that.
Oh, yeah. So hopefully that pans out. We'll see.
So since we're talking about Starlin and Thanos, have you ever actually read the Infinity Gauntlet?
I for the longest time I thought I did as a kid, because I thought, these books look familiar. I had some of these. No, I don't think I read Infinity Gauntlet. I read Infinity Crusade.
Yeah.
Because that was what was coming out when I started collecting, and like literally the comic shop could not sell them, and so my mom thought it would be really cool because the comic shop I went to, they would take the craft paper brown bags that bookstores and comic shops used to have for all their books. They would take those, put like a handful of comic books in there, and sell it for like $2-3 or whatever.
The bundle pack.
Yeah. And they would literally just take the paper bag, fold it over, and staple it. And they would just take a Sharpie and write $3 on it or whatever the price was.
Yeah.
And I must have gotten a dozen copies of that Infinity Crusade book, the one that had like the holofoil cover on it.
Uh-huh.
I read some of it because as a kid, I don't think I knew any better.
Yeah. But I 2 years ago when I finally I read it when it first came out, and I remember not being too terribly impressed with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously was really enjoying what the MCU was doing with it, and I remember thinking to myself, this wasn't this cool in the books. So
Right.
I pulled up my old Marvel Unlimited, and I went back and reread that series, and oh my god, I kept looking at my watch and is it over yet? Am I done yet? It was painful to get through. I was like, geez, come on. So yeah, it was just it's not as good in book form. So it's just I don't know. I don't know if it's reading it with my older eyes now and it just seems so redundant.
Right.
Or I mean, looking at it because it was done in the early 90s with early 90s technology and coloring.
Right.
Compared to what we've been used to looking at for the last 15 years. But it was painful for me to get through it. It really was. I was so glad when I got done with it. I knew how it was going to end, but I kind of remembered how it was going to end. I couldn't quite remember because it'd been so long since I'd read it. And I read it, and I was like, oh okay, whatever.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think I've actually ever read it because, it wasn't something that was on the shelves when I started reading comics, and they had already jumped over and done like at least 2 more versions of it. Basically, like I said, I think I remember reading Infinity Crusade, and then they came out and did like something else that was Infinity something.
Yeah, it's just. I don't know. I just don't bother, I guess is my advice.
Let's see. Excuse me. Enrique says that it's a good-looking Conan.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And then Anthony says those 90s Marvel DC books were super repetitive, each issue about resetting plot and making sure new readers could jump on every issue. It comes off terribly in trade form, I would imagine. Yeah. And then Jonathan Dunn says, I read the Infinity Saga last year, and I feel your pain. Crusade was brutal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I might have read Infinity Saga and Infinity Crusade. I can't remember. I know they've done several variations of it.
Yeah, it's at some point it's just like I'm over it.
Yeah. I'm just hoping we get a Secret Wars movie.
Yeah. And the Secret Wars was really kind of the first mega crossover event in the Marvel universe.
Right.
Actually, I take that back. Contest of Champions.
Okay.
Was the first. It was a 2-issue series, and it was badass. I mean, that was in 83 or 82. And we'd never seen anything like that, and it had everybody in it. It was like, oh, this is cool, and they're all fighting each other. That was just cool. It was new back then.
Right.
And then, I guess it was successful. I don't know the history behind it anymore, but I'm sure that's why, because it was successful and people liked it, that they did the Secret Wars.
Right.
So yeah, and I just really enjoyed the Secret Wars, and then this whole Spidey costume that led to Venom, and
yeah,
that's just it led to a bunch of really cool stuff.
Yeah, like Secret Wars was before my time, but I have picked up stuff and read it and whatnot, and that was my thing in high school. I ended up, that was like one of the back issues I spent a little extra money on. Was getting the first appearance of the black costume from Secret Wars,
number 8.
Yep. I was like, I spent like $10 on the single book or whatever, but it was like, it's such a big Spider-Man nuts. Like, I gotta have this, and made sure that was something I picked up and still got it.
Yeah, I mean, it was so cool because it was the black Spider-Man costume was just so completely innocuous. They introduced it so innocuously And then all of a sudden, once Secret Wars is over and they're all back on Earth, Spidey's swinging around in this badass black costume, and
Right.
and then all of a sudden he's getting tired and he's really wore out, and I'm like, something's going on with that suit, And I was probably in the 8th or 9th grade at the time, so little dorky kid, something's not right, something's going on. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Oh yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Seeing the crossover stuff, and seeing cool stuff come out of it. I mean, like when we were talking earlier about the Joe Mad stuff, that was seeing that Age of Apocalypse stuff and everything that came from that led into the Heroes Reborn thing. That was my introduction to Jim Lee and Liefeld and Wills Portacio and all those guys, and so integral in like everything I do, for everything I've got me into doing this stuff.
Right.
And let's see, Andre loves the way I say Venom. Not sure, but all right. And now he knows why I'm such a fan of Gears, because it's team up with Black Spidey. Actually, I never read that book. I've seen pictures of it, but I've never actually read it. But actually, Gears was like my first Transformer ever. And I don't know, just always loved the character. I don't even think he showed up in the cartoon that much.
What was that?
A text message.
Uh-huh.
It's Jesse.
Uh-oh. What's he up to?
Apparently his son has never heard Hot for Teacher and was like, what is this? Why have I never heard this before? That is excellent. That is the perfect back to school song.
I was going to say, yeah, that's time appropriate. We were talking about Van Halen the other day. We were driving to Indianapolis for work, and we were just talking about how, and don't get me wrong, I love Sammy Hagar and everything that he did with the band, but when you play those first 3 albums, Van Halen 1 and 2 and Women and Children First, you stick one of those CDs in your car on a nice sunny day and you're rolling down the boulevard, man, that just gets you put a little more pressure on that steering wheel, on that gas pedal, and just really amazing stuff. I mean,
oh yeah,
I don't know that they get enough credit for as hard and chunky and crunchy as they were in their earlier albums. It was just insanity. I mean, Unchained and Atomic Punk and stuff like that. Those songs are just incredible.
Oh yeah, and how quickly they put all that stuff together. I mean, I know it was songs they were working on for a good 3-4 years before they went into the studio and stuff, but they did each one of those albums in 2 weeks or less.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, and I'm assuming you're not a Taylor Swift fan, but
she got a couple of catchy tunes.
Yeah, they were talking about her today on the radio on the way back home, and they were saying that she dropped a new album, I guess, a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
It sold 1.2 million copies in the first week.
Whoa.
And she did it all at home.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's just like, and everybody's saying how good it is. And I'm like, see, and you said that about, they did it, in a couple of weeks. You don't need all those bells and it's like people ask, what kind of materials do you use to, and I was like even Rob Liefeld said it. I draw everything on a lapboard, People got these big fancy desks and all these pencils and stuff. He says, I use a number 2 and a lap desk. And that's where, he said the drafting table is just for show. He says, I never sit at it. I never use it. And, he was talking about when his dad was in the hospital, and everything, how he'd go sit with him and he'd take his lapboard and he drew, issues of X Factor sitting at the hospital with his dad on his lapboard.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, yeah, people get so lost in the minutia of, they don't realize that the best way to do something awesome is just sit down and do it.
Yeah. Well, dude, that gives us another perfect segue into our favorite tool of the week.
Oh, wow. Way to catch a brother off guard.
I'll go first and give you some time to think, because when you
There we
said
go.
that made me think of my my favorite tool for the week here is my little portable drawing desk that I started taking with me to conventions. That everybody's like, "Where'd you get that? What is that? How do I find one of those?" Because like you just said with Liefeld sitting there, it's a little lap board, so I can sit on the couch and draw. It's like, dude, yeah, I can sit there at a convention and work and do my thing and hopefully not kill my back by the end of the weekend. But also, if I want to work here at home and watch TV in the living room, pull that bad boy up to the couch and just start drawing.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think about $30 on Amazon, and it is actually a portable DJ stand. So if anybody out there needs something to draw with at a con or at home or whatever, like $30-$40, hit up Amazon, check out portable DJ stands. It's a lifesaver. Folds up super small, fits in the car, and Steph's going to post a link to it in the comments so you guys can go check it out.
There you go.
But again, that simple tool, it's like, again, saves my back, not just at cons, but like I said, I can sit in the living room if I want to watch TV or, just veg out on the couch a little bit. I at least have something I can set all my junk on, work on a drawing or work on, whatever it happens to be. And, to take like 5 steps out of the studio so I can, go enjoy the couch.
Right.
But yeah, it's it's an ingenious little thing that Steph found one night when we were looking for stuff, because I had one of those little infomercial tables that they always advertise and whatnot, but it didn't work. It didn't hold up enough weight, and wasn't quite the right height and all this other crap. So it was like, she starts looking and she's like, "Well, let's try this thing. If it doesn't work, we're not out that much." Got it. Boom.
So you said that it folds down?
Yeah. It's built like our stands that we hang the banners and stuff on. Like the telescoping tripod type.
Tripods, yeah.
It's like that. So the legs fold in and the table folds down, and it gets pretty darn compact, and it makes it easier to like just toss in the back of the car or whatnot.
Huh. Yeah, I'll definitely check out that link. That's because I brought a drawing board home from my mom's today that I had over there. Because I've got this one that I'm drawing on right now, but it's got the sliding T-square on it. And sometimes it drives me nuts. But yeah, I mean, this is just it's a whiteboard. It's got kind of little fold-out legs on it, and there's no T-square thing on it. It's just laminate on a particle board, but
yeah.
So yeah, it's the whole idea of sitting on the couch and watching TV. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice little investment, and I've taken it to most cons for the last couple of years now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to envision it. I can't see it.
Well, Steph sent you guys a link to it in Messenger as well, so you've got it. Okay. And she posted it up here in the comments so everybody can go scope it out.
Thank you, Steph.
She says you're welcome. So what is your favorite tool of the trade here?
Let me think. I've kind of ran through all my good ones. Here we go. It's not really a drawing tool, but since I'm struggling for something, is
oh,
my back scratcher. My extendable back scratcher.
Hey, Peter Griffin sells those at the old ball field there.
There you go. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just being silly. I mean, you know what? Let's see. I don't know. I mean, my pencil.
Dude, that's perfect. Jesse just commented and said, I don't feel tardy, and you brought your pencil.
I brought my pencil. See, I knew he was going to say that.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we only use so many tools, so
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
We'll change the name of the the segment later on once we're out. But Enrique enjoys it. He says, "Nice. See, this is the kind of thing that I love to hear from working artists. I learned so much just going to a life drawing session. You learn what people used to draw aside from art supplies."
yeah.
And,
I mean, it's. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and Josh just chimed in and said he's got his great grandfather's old drafting table, real wood on cast iron. And then Enrique just said, for example, I had my lead holder from drafting class in high school and still use it. And I do too. Most of the stuff I've got, I picked up back in high school.
Yeah, I mean, my lead holder pencils. Shoot, I bought that in September of '86.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so,
almost as old as me.
I was going to say that's probably as old as you. And you know what's funny is like my rulers, I've got a cork back 12, 6, and 18-inch rulers. They're all from September of 86.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, when I started art school, they gave us a whole list of stuff to buy. And I mean, dude, I've got my French curves still from then. They're all jang, they're all nicked up on the edges and stuff. So we had to buy new sets. But yeah, I've still got them all.
Oh, yeah. I've actually got some drawing templates from my dad back when he was a draftsman. And then my aunt and uncle gave me some engineer. Their uncle was an engineer, and he had a bunch of like drafting stuff as well as some other like weird tools that I've used in purposes that they probably weren't meant for, but at least I found ways to use them for all this crap.
Right.
And the stuff from my dad is probably, 40 some odd years old, if not older.
Yeah.
Probably going on like 50 some years old. And then the same thing from my aunt and uncle's uncle. Because he had it back when he was an engineer at Ford, and the stuff lasts, it works, it's it's the same kind of stuff. It's the triangles, the squares, the various templates, and all the other little doodads. It's like,
I tell you, Hank, keep talking. I'm gonna dig something up real quick.
all right, but yeah, I mean these, this stuff is technology hasn't advanced that much. It's still the same old stuff. It's just, it really comes down to how you utilize it.
I'm pulling out my toolbox here. Where's it at? Okay, it's in the other one. Hang on. Hey, folks, it's live. This is live TV.
Live in front of your naked Steven eyes.
There you go.
And Josh says, I did my first acrylic painting with brushes I got from Walgreens, a wicked 25-piece set for like a couple bucks. Josh, when you invest in some good brushes, you will feel a world of difference.
Oh my God, yes. No truer words were ever spoken. Oh, here we go.
We should talk paintbrushes next week. We will dive into the land of painting. We will summon the Bob Ross.
All right, I got him. I'm heading your way. Now, for all you young boys and girls out there, back, before, no, this is in the 80s, before Desert Storm, before Desert Shield.
Wow, I was in like first and second grade.
Us old farts used to have to create circles with this.
Oh, yeah.
You see what's on there? the old compass extender, and
Oh, yeah.
the ink pen.
Yep.
Then there's your spacer and your mini compass, and the lead holders and the point holders.
Wow.
Now, again, I bought this in September of '86. Hang on, it gets better.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, that's not all. Bam.
Wow.
I don't even remember how old these are. These are like the 50s.
That's a gorgeous set.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
And for the life of me, I can't remember where I got them. I don't, now I'm just,
Josh says, I love that.
yeah, I mean, I don't remember where I got it. It's, what's this say here? It says, made in Germany. I don't know. It's got a little logo there of a pyramid with a obelisk in it. But yeah, it's I can't remember where I'm trying to wonder if my great uncle gave these to me. But yeah, these, I mean, this is like the 50s, dude.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
No, you're not. Tina said, I'm putting them up on eBay.
I just found them on eBay.
Yeah, Steph just found them on eBay. They're not worth anything.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Hey, we're getting
Well, a really good set is just like $50.
a really good set is worth like $50. But everybody in the comments is loving it. Jonathan says, "Love me some antique drafting art supplies."
Yeah.
Josh said, "I've since got real brushes and the dip pen compass," and he says he has an older one. Enrique says that is amazing.
Yeah, it's so funny to see the kids using Procreate and Photoshop. I mean, all tools that we use.
Right.
I remember struggling with that damn ink compass nib and how many times you had to redo something because the circle didn't match up right. And you talking about torture.
Oh yeah.
Drove a young Rodney bananas.
Old art supplies, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's my happy place. Going to like Blick and whatnot, and just touring the aisles and seeing what kind of gizmos I can pick up, and what can I do with this? What can I do with that? It's just fun.
It's so funny when I'm in Columbus for work. I now usually work with one particular guy because we get along so well, and he was a professional photographer, so he's got that creative gene in him too. And we go to Blick, and it's just like us going to Toys R Us when we were kids, and you're not really buying anything special. You're kind of just there, wandering through the candy aisle.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I might pick up a marker here or a refill there, something I really don't need. I'm just,
you're there, and the urge is like, I got to get something. I made the trip.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but it's I just love that. And when Josh said, talked about his grandfather's drafting table, all wood and cast iron, I know him exactly what he's talking about, because when I was in high school, or when I was in junior high and taking drafting class, we sat in. They were huge. They were like 5 foot long tables, and they were like 3.5 feet wide. And yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah, that stuff, it's definitely stuff that doesn't get made anymore.
Ooh. And I would kill to have an old drafting table, because the stuff that they have now is shit.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with architecture.
Yeah, Steph says the same thing with architects drawers.
Yeah.
I love to have a killer set of flat storage.
Really?
I would love to have it, but
you're about 6 weeks too late. Because I gave my friend one, because I didn't need it anymore, and it was a 2-drawer flat bed And yeah, it was in the closet at my old bedroom in my mom's house, and all the old Superior 7 artwork was in it, and a bunch of stuff from back in the 90s and everything. And we finally moved all that stuff over, and had no longer had a use for it. We put all the artwork in the tubs, bins, and stuff because it's so freaking heavy.
Oh yeah.
But if I knew you would have been in the market for one, I'd have said, "Hey, dude, got something for you."
I'm gonna cry over that later. Enrique says, "I was one of those last classes to be taught drafting on the board and then AutoCAD on a DOS machine. I mean, I went to an underfunded high school, but I learned to use my triangles on the board. When they cleaned the server room at my old job, they gave me a bag of clean Mylar sheets. They're blank Mylar pages that are B-size."
Huh.
That's cool.
No doubt.
Can be some fun stuff to play with.
Yeah, I remember when my first job out of college was I was at art department at Duro Bag, which Duro Bag is like the second largest bag manufacturer in the country.
Yeah, I've looked at ordering stuff from them in the past.
Yeah, I worked there for 4 years. But we used to do color separations and stuff on board.
Okay.
The acetate overlays with a ruby lith and cut out for color separations, and the old registration marks that came in a like a roll of Scotch tape, and we'd peel them off and stick them on each individual layer so we made sure they matched up, and you had to account for the when you do each individual layer, they take it into the plate department, and they shoot negatives of it, and they make plates.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're rubber plates, and what they do is they mount those rubber plates on the printing cylinders, and they print it out on the paper. Well, when you wrap a piece of artwork around a cylinder, you get it's like an 1/8 of an inch or a 1/16 of an inch distortion.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have to put the art, like if we were doing black line work and it was spotted color like a red and a yellow,
Mm-hmm.
we would have to create the individual layers with ruby lith. And then what we would do is we would take the red acetate overlay and the yellow we'd shoot the negatives, and we'd put it on a machine called the hell, I had it. What the hell is it called? It was a micro something or other. And what it did was it rotated the image really slowly for like 6 minutes, and it created your bleeds. It made the positive areas and the negative a little bigger.
Huh.
So when it printed the red ink, there was bleed, and the black ink, when it printed over top of it, there was extra. Micro modifier, that's what it was called. Yeah, I mean, and that stuff is so insanely obsolete now.
Oh yeah.
But every time I go and get a bag and I see artwork on it, because we would get artwork from clients all over the country that was distorted because it was on a bag, and we would have to recreate it. We'd pull out the old frosted acetate and trace whatever was there, and then we'd have to straighten out the distortion and stuff. And I'm thinking, I used to always think to myself, this why don't they have like master copies of this stuff? This is so redundant.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Now everything would be on a flash drive or a hard drive somewhere, and they just pull it up and reuse it again and again and again. But back then, that stuff didn't exist.
Right.
So, all right, I'm hopping out of the Wayback Machine.
And we're back to 2020. Now that's pretty cool. I love hearing stuff about some of the, well, don't know how to put it other than antiquated technology.
Tales of yesteryear.
Yeah. But it's so crazy how much stuff is advanced and changed over time. And I mean, even just in the last few years, how some of this stuff has changed. I mean, like especially when it comes to like the printing stuff with this stuff, and how more cost effective it's become, and how much how much easier it is to get into doing this stuff, and just the accessibility of what used to be, giant rooms of stuff in order to print a comic or
Yeah, no, that's a good word for it, accessibility.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was looking at stuff in high school, wanting to do this stuff, and it's like, well, I can get a computer and I can get a scanner, and I'll get me a printer. Well, yeah, dummy, you're never going to be able to print a comic book on a printer like that. But it's like, how do you figure this stuff out? How do you do it? How do you get into it? And now it's it's at your fingertips. I mean, whether it's sitting in front of you on a table, or sitting there on the Amazon or whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy. Time does not stand still, that's for sure.
Josh says he likes number 2 pencils.
Yeah. They're your friends.
Yep.
Okay.
So much ink on the Thanos.
It's looking awesome, dude.
Thank you. I'm loving Conan, loving the trees.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what? I just realized we have not picked out our creator of the week to discuss. So I will grab the old bucket o' names and apparently lose some names. Apparently lose some more as I try to toss through here. And all right. Well, you know what? I just pulled it out. We'll go with our guest from a week ago, Adam Fields.
Hey, I'm Adam Fields.
So, yeah, got anything you'd like to kick off? Because I know he is going to participate in the old roadkill rampage there.
Yeah, he's gonna. We're almost at the stretch goal 2,500, which will unlock the pinups by you and Adam and Luke Stone.
Okay, back you. Come back to 2250 and let's get the air freshener.
Okay, yeah, but first we got to go to 2250 and get the air freshener that Mike Watson drew. So yeah, but we'll get there and then we'll go to the pinups at 2,500. But yeah, Adam, we met Adam at a Jim and Dan show that we did several years ago. They were next to us. It was their first, him and his wife Amy. It was their first ever show. And we just basically spent, it was a slow show. Were you guys at that show? Were you up at the front?
I've only done 2 of the Jim and Dan shows. I did like their first one that they had in the hotel, and then I did the one last last November, December. This 2 Jim and Dan's I've done so far.
Yeah, this was in Hare Arena.
Oh wait, I did do one of the Hare Arena ones. Now you say that. That's right. I forgot about that.
Okay, so I don't think you were there because we stopped and saw you guys and we weren't there. We just came to check it out. So we were the only 2 artists there. It was Tina and I, and then Adam and Amy, and it was their first show. And he was all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and eager to learn, and we basically spent that whole day just schooling him on do's and don'ts of the industry. And by the time we were done, he looked like a deer in the headlights. God love him. He was just like, oh, okay. Because, we were all about steering him away from all these landmines and stuff. And, we weren't trying to discourage him anyway. We were just warning him of all the pitfalls that are out there.
Oh, yeah.
And he seems to have taken the advice pretty well because he's doing well. He's got I think 8 issues now of his creator-owned book Prowl.
Okay.
that he's done, which is impressive in itself. You know, he's been doing it for the short time that he's been doing it, and he already has 7 or 8 issues. That's impressive.
Oh yeah.
You know, and he's doing work for, I believe he said Antarctic Press is the first work for hire for a quote unquote real company.
Yep.
That's coming out here soon. So yeah, he's a great guy. He's a nice guy, good family guy, and he's got some nice artwork. He does his shows and he gets on his Facebook page and he'll recap his day at the event, his con reviews and stuff, which are interesting. So yeah, he's a good guy, great artist. I've seen his art grow a lot since he started, and which is always, that's a sign of improvement. Is and I mean that in the best possible way. If that sounds derogatory or anything, it's not intended to be. He's much better now than he was back then, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot better. But yeah, I mean, he's a, nice, always a nice smiling face when you see him at the shows, and yeah, he's just a good guy. Good guy, a lot of fun. Good guy, nice guy to talk to. He's a chatty Cathy, and yeah, he really enjoys his fans, interacting with his fans. Really enjoys that, and it's really important to him. And yeah, he's got a really good social media presence. And just everything that you're looking for in an independent creator.
Excellent. Honestly, I think you covered it pretty well. I don't know if there's much more than I can add other than I say I agree with you. And yeah, I met Adam at a smaller show, and I'm trying to remember which one exactly. But the last couple of shows that we've both been at, he and his son, and I'm blanking on the name of his son. It's his older son. Were extremely helpful to me at both shows because I did them solo, and his son watched the table for me at Champion City last year because I had to get up to take my one bathroom break I was allowed for the day, and then he was the last Jim and Dan show that I did. He was there, and again gave me a hand when it came to tearing down everything at the end of the day. He helped keep an eye on my stuff while I made a couple of trips out to the car and whatnot, because he had his son there helping out. Like you said, he's definitely the family man. Got the kids in tow to help out, and they're sitting there doing their thing, helping Dad. That kind of vibe, and then they're kind of learning the ropes and all that, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like I said, totally agree with you. Good guy. He's definitely keeps growing as he progresses on everything there.
Was there any prelim on him?
What do you mean?
Like,
oh, and Steph added that he's done at least that I'm familiar with, has done a handful of the sketch card sets over at Upper Deck. I don't know exactly which ones there, but so you can check that out. I'm sure on social media, which Steph has added into the comments there, as we've been trying to do with our creators of the week.
And he's actually done that Along a Burning River anthology.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He did that. What is it? One of the Frogman.
Yeah, the Loveland Frogman. Because when he was on with us last week or the week before, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm not to jump on it, but it just makes me think of it. The Along the Burning River thing. I'm gonna try to come up with a piece to do for that again, because there's plenty of fun Ohio stuff to work in there.
Yeah, I gotta start working on my second installment of my Ross and Will little alien guys.
Yes.
I told Todd I would do another story for it.
you gotta do your cryptid too.
Yeah, and that's already penciled though. I just gotta ink that. Tina said I gotta do your cryptid.
Oh yes, we got that stuff in the works. It's gonna be we know we're falling behind because I've been doing so much other junk. That it's Adam has joined us. There we go. What's up?
What's going on, Adam?
I totally did not mean to like make a segue out of it. Just the along the Bernie River thing made me think about it. But yeah, it's going to be a crazy cryptid. Hopefully October, since we've kind of got like backed up on stuff that we're still working on getting the cryptid stuff out there. But I know everybody's schedule has been crazy along with ours, so we're getting there. But yeah, Adam has joined us in the chat there, so we
And Porter was asking you what books you looking at. What do you work at?
and yeah, Josh is asking which books at Antarctic Press. And I apologize, I don't know the title off the top of my head.
Adam, can you answer that? Which books? What are you doing with Antarctic Press?
So yeah, we'll see if Adam can fill us in on the scoop there.
You should bring him in for a second.
Why don't we want to bring him in for a second?
Yeah, we can.
Is Steph doing it or she?
Or is Steph going to do it, or do we want Tina to do it?
Have to do it.
Steph said have Tina do it.
Okay, have Tina do it. Okay,
I'm on it.
hang on, she's on it.
She's on it. Well, I'll take a quick little break then and jump over because Josh asked about the Blackwing pencils. So I dug mine out, and I know you've been working with yours, Rodney.
The what?
The Blackwing pencil.
Oh yeah.
Josh was asking about it. He's not familiar with it. To my knowledge, and what made me come across it is they're kind of the choice of animators. This I can't remember what company kind of brought them back, but like these were the big rave for a lot of animators, and Blick started carrying them, and they were the ones I saw all the advertisements for, and I've seen a couple of friends since switch over to using them. But yeah, there's what they look like. They're
Palomino
Yeah.
Blackwing Pearl.
I've got the Blackwing 602.
Yeah, I've got the 602, and I've got a pearl, and I've got a gray one that I can't find. I thought it was over there, but it's not. You know what? I won these in an art contest.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, Tony Moore was doing I don't want to call it a drink and draw, but he was having like him and his wife, one of the years before the Cincinnati con over in northern Kentucky.
Yes.
He had a get together at hey buddy.
Hey,
Hey,
He had a
totally
little.
unexpected.
Yeah, that's nice. Let me finish this real quick.
Yeah.
He had anyway, we had his daughter posed, and we did a linear line illustration of her, and I guess I won it, so I won a little bag of goodies, and it came with 3 of these Blackwing pencils, which up until that time I was unaware of them. But yeah, they're really grainy, really toothy, soft lid, but not too soft, not 4B soft, but I can see that when you said that the animators are big fans of them, I can totally see that, because it's a really, really good sketching pencil.
Yeah.
But they're really expensive.
Yes. Yeah. They were kind of pricey for like a box of 12 or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Here it is.
I think they would totally be up Josh's alley for what he likes to do, because I know he's usually using some. At least it always looks like he's using some heavy lead when he's drawing, but I end up making a mess with it.
Yeah, but see, I'm left-handed, so I don't know. Maybe I work from the right side over.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey Adam, how you doing?
Hey, I didn't know you were left-handed.
Oh yeah,
Nice. My wife's left-handed. So
There you
she
go.
heard that, she goes, hey-oh. She feels the pain.
left-handers unite.
That's right. You have to. But you're the only one that's in your right mind, man. So
Exactly. There you go.
yeah.
So the
See,
question
totally.
has been posed, Adam, and neither one of us can answer it. One of our regulars, Josh, wanted to know what you were doing with it's Antarctic Press, right?
Yeah, yeah. So hey, Josh. So I just had my very first thing that was published was actually in Exciting Comics #7. So it just came out.
Nice.
It was supposed to be out like months ago, but I illustrated Blackjack, that character.
Sweet.
It was like a short, I think 10-page story in there. And then I just next week, Leave on the Light issue 3 hit shelves. I illustrated the interior. I pencil and ink that. And then I was part of the now it's already funded. It's called Indie Wars. Ben Dunn was the one who launched this. We have a 16-page story in there featuring his Ninja High School characters.
Okay.
They're jumping through all these different stories, and we happen to have a 16-page story in there with Ghost and Lady Claw, which ironically in Exciting Comics 7, Blackjack is right next to Lady Claw. I didn't illustrate this one, but who knew that just a couple months later I'd be the one illustrating her and Ghost in the
Oh.
right now. I'm working with another publisher called Second Sight Studio. Bradley Golding is the creator of that, and there's a couple titles I'm working on with him right now. He kind of branched off from AP and started his own stuff, so I've been doing that.
Nice.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, done. I've done. I think I've stepped out of the arena of sketch cards. That was fun and got me some pretty good gigs. But I've moved on to doing covers and interiors. So pretty excited about that.
That's cool. Yeah, I think I'm done. It's safe to say I'm done with sketch card sets as well.
Yeah, they're great to have on your resume, I've been told, but you guys know the struggle and the delays and responses, and it's a fun gig for sure, and it's cool to be able to illustrate our favorite characters from Marvel on those cards, but I think we all are ready to move on to bigger and better.
Yeah, it's time wise and reward wise, it's just it's
Yeah.
we've graduated past that.
Yep.
Yep.
Finally moved
Put
on.
it that way. Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, that's the stuff that I've been working on here recently. I'm actually have in my for my weekend plan to sketch out your guys' pinup for the Kickstarter. So,
Oh, nice.
excited to get that started.
Cool. Can't wait to see what you come up with.
Me too. That car is sick. So it's one of my favorite cars out there.
Yeah.
So kind of anxious to draw it.
Excellent. Well, I hope you heard me talking glowingly about you earlier.
Yeah. Well, what was funny was like I just got done coloring a cover, and I sat down to just scroll through, mindlessly through Facebook, and I saw I was tagged in a few things, and I'm like, they're tagging me, they're live. So I clicked the live button. I'm like, oh my God, they're talking. So it's like you guys said it too many times. I popped in like Beetlejuice. So
There you go.
That's
Much better looking.
thanks.
We started a segment. We're doing like indie creators. We literally pick a name out of a bucket each week, and I pulled your name out tonight.
Nice.
And we're going to try to keep doing it to, spread the love to all of our fellow indie creators.
That's awesome.
It worked out. You popped in, and we got a little hung up on the title of the Anarch Press book. So
Yeah.
Tina was like, "Bring him in. He's in the comments."
Yeah, I know, because they're kind of and the funny story about Leave on the Light was when I first got started doing this, 4 or 5 years ago, Bradley had actually reached out to me about illustrating the book, and kind of being kind of wet behind the ears and kind of stubborn. I kind of got hung up on some little details, and he ended up passing on me. And fast forward now, he's had to go through a couple different artists, and he's like, man, I should have just stuck with you from the beginning. And it's kind of cool that I get to illustrate his last time writing that title, and then it's moving over to somebody else. And he said that he's going to have me illustrate the ongoing series. So that's going to be one that I get to take control of from here on out.
Very nice.
Yeah. It's right.
Congratulations. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Yeah. It's right up my alley. It's a horror-based story. So
cool.
And it's not zombie related. So I like that.
There you go. So let me
ask zombies.
who's coloring that? You're penciling and inking it, correct?
Her name is Leticia Rodriguez. She's out of Spain. She colored it.
Okay.
And then Hector, I can't think of his last name. Oh wait, I have it in front of me because Hector and he's lettered most of my indie stuff. Negretti, I think Hector Negretti, if I'm saying that correct. But yeah, he's lettering, and his letters are amazing. So
cool.
But I think Leticia is going to be the one who continues to color it. Her colors actually really complemented everything, and she was so quick. It was like I was sending over 2 pages at a time, and they were colored, that day. I'm like, oh my God, do you not sleep? But as we know, we don't sleep often in this field anyway. So
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
As proof, a couple of weeks ago, we were in the backstage of here, the staging area, and Sean and Stephanie it was right before they were doing their live sale, and afterwards we were gonna do this, and so we were talking to them, prepping and everything. Pulled the camera. Sean pulled the camera back, or Stephanie pulled it back, and Sean was standing there, and he just looked like a drowned rat. He looked like he's been rode hard and put away wet. I started laughing at him. He was like, dude, here, get a pillow, man. Take a nap.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The time that we invest in our work, I feel kind of guilty. You guys are just working away here. And I'm like, well, I wrapped up for the day. We actually had to go get my son from his grandpa today. He spent the week with him up north. And so it was kind of nice. But that's what we did today. I'm like, well, I scheduled to be a light day, so I didn't really have anything to work on besides some remarks that I just don't feel like touching right now.
I hear you. Hey, it's 10 o'clock on a Friday. It's time to punch out for the night. You're good. We ain't mad at you.
Yeah, we had concrete poured on the side of our house too today. So I mean, it was an eventful day, but it was just a light work day. So, but I'm making up for it tomorrow. I've got some stuff I got to knock out, and some pages I'm going to get back on. But I've got a cover done, so I'm excited for that. That's always a good feeling.
Excellent.
I'm giving it tonight.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, hang on a second. Sean, go ahead.
All right, do your thing. I'm gonna go through. Let's see, because we got a few comments here. Let's see. Yeah, Warner says there's a few card collectors here, and Warner wants to know how many backers. So we'll wait for Rodney to get back.
I'm back. I'm right here. I just had to roll away from the table for a second. We are at 71, everybody.
71. So 4 more backers, and you get a free copy of Scarlet Huntress. So it'll be a digital copy.
Yes.
So you get a PDF of that, and then you guys are at what's the tally at now?
2106.
2106.
2106. So
yeah. Josh hooked us up. He is backer number 71 is what I'm being
awesome.
told. So thank you very much, Josh. We appreciate it.
So 119 before you guys hit that next threshold?
Yes.
All
yes.
Right. My math brain is working this evening.
There you go. Check out the big brain on Sean. So yeah, that's cool, Adam. That you've dotted your I's and crossed your T's for the day. So you just kick back and take it easy.
Yes,
I plan on it.
Enjoy that little bit of a break because, as we know, there are sometimes few and far between.
They really are. I know tonight I think we're going to be watching Umbrella Academy. We're about halfway through the season, season 2.
Oh,
So real excited for that. We kind of pick away at it every night.
that's what we did over the last week. We finished it up Wednesday night, I think it was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and it's really good. I like seeing where the story's going. Hopefully they get re-upped for a season 3 here soon. At least I haven't seen anything if it was anything official. But yeah, it's a good series. It's
it is.
it's a good watch. We got to pick our next thing since we finished that up and we haven't started anything. But I know there's a zillion things out there to watch right now.
There are. Have you watched The Order?
Have not watched that one yet.
Yeah, it's kind of might be up your alley with werewolves and magic. It's really good. We watched both seasons and kind of fell in love with it. Now
Nice.
We're just stuck because season 3, we're now waiting. So hopefully it gets picked up again.
Nice, yeah. I got to check that out. It looked pretty cool seeing the trailers, but haven't had the opportunity to sit down and watch that one yet. So that's got to go on the list for one of the next things to watch here.
Yeah, that one I recommend. I'm just waiting for The Boys season 2 to drop.
Oh yeah. It's September, I think, right?
Yep.
There you go.
And that has been approved for season 3.
Season 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. I saw that the other day.
It's always a good sign when they're approving it for the next season before it even comes out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I watched the trailer for season 2 yesterday, and I was like, "Oh!"
I still haven't even watched the trailer yet. I got to do that.
That was cool.
Although it might be better just to go in and absolutely, completely clueless as to what's going on. I might get more out of it.
There you go.
Yeah. That's sometimes I like to do that. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I just saw that they announced a Suicide Squad and Justice League video game.
Yeah.
So I haven't even watched that trailer yet. I'm gonna wait and watch it with my son. He's the gamer here, so
Nice.
yeah. But yeah, that's there's a lot of cool stuff happening,
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Josh says Norseman.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been into that. We're into season 3 of that now, and that's really good. It's so funny.
I gotta check that one out too. Again, so many things to fit on the to watch list.
Yeah. We just started watching Witcher. We watched 2 episodes of it and haven't had a chance to get back and watch any more. So got to get that in, and everybody's raving about Umbrella Academy, and we haven't seen any of that. So that's working its way up the top of the list.
Nice.
We don't feel so pressured now to watch most of these shows because when we were going to cons, a little kid walk up and ask if you'd seen the latest movie or show. You'd say, no, I haven't had a chance. And then they spoil something for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we haven't felt that pressure yet, but I know, my wife goes back to work / school next week. And when the kids start back up, she's like, oh no, I hope they don't talk. But, so we're getting what we want out.
Yeah, she's the teacher. She can tell them all to be quiet.
Yeah.
She's a librarian, even better. That's her job to tell them to be quiet.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, well, these pieces are looking good, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've hit that wall. I got the ink done. I will probably get colors done tomorrow. And I got to yell at my dog for a second because he's eating the piece of paper I tried to throw out.
That's cool. I'll take that brief respite in the action here to throw out. This is a Roadkill Rampage holofoil sticker. So since we are dangerously close to reaching a 75 backer goal. What I'm going to do is, since Josh was backer 71, he will get a Roadkill Rampage holofoil sticker, and anybody that gets us to 75 tonight will get one of these as well. So this is not in the regular rewards package. This is something extra. So, folks, hop on the old Kickstarter there and back Roadkill Rampage tonight, and you will get one of these as a bonus.
Yes.
So, and it's look really good on the back of your laptop or on your refrigerator or whatever.
I played producer. I popped up the old banner there with the Roadkill Rampage stuff. The link is up in the comments too. If you take a look at Facebook and Twitch, you can see the comment, or you can see the link up there. Or just go over to Kickstarter, search Roadkill Rampage, so you guys can back it, share it, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your neighbors, family, get them all in there.
There you go. And if you don't feel like backing it, share it, and we would greatly appreciate that.
Yes,
So.
Sharing goes a long way, and I think people underestimate that.
Yeah, and I'm guilty of that myself, because I just get lost in my world sometimes, and I just forget to share, because like you said, Adam, you were sitting down to mindlessly scroll,
Yep.
and I find that I do that, and I'm like, duh, dummy, start sharing everybody's stuff. Yeah,
we're all guilty of that.
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, it's now every time I get a chance, but the thing is with me is I'm like, I don't know what Tina's done on what page, so I'm a little hesitant sometimes because I don't want to do it again and be redundant. So I always send her a text, have we done this yet, or I don't want to get yelled at, basically is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that happens.
Kevin Struble said he shared it last night on his Insta stories.
Nice. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that.
And Josh had said, send it to our glorious leader. I think because Jonathan said, ooh, that's a pretty sticker. So Josh said to send it to our glorious leader there.
Jonathan?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jonathan, I tell you what, DM us the Art of Rodney Fike, your address and stuff, and we'll send it to you.
There you go.
How's that?
Hooking everybody up. Look at that.
All right. All right. I'm just futzing with this now. I'm just too lazy to start inking it.
All right. Well, I think this is a good point to call it. Adam, thank you for coming in and hopping in here to join us. And
yeah, that was a pleasure.
Hey, I'm glad it worked out so you can make it in here to fill everybody in, since you guys picked as Trader of the Week. So hope the rest of the weekend goes well. And all that, I'm gonna pop you out of here, and Rodney and I will do a little close off for the weekend or for the night. But thanks again.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
Yeah, thank you. You guys have a good weekend.
You too.
Thanks, man. You too. All right, Rodney.
Sir.
So we got, I think we covered all of our usual stuff there. Looks like Conan is going along pretty well there.
Yeah, I think he's ready to be inked.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm going to try to get the Thanos color so I can get that off, so that hopefully we can get some Jim Starlin signatures on there.
Awesome.
Jonathan says, dope, appreciate it. And I also wanted to respond. Jonathan asked me about the AP card, and I kind of scrolled through it as we were going through Adam's stuff. But Jonathan, if you want, shoot me a message on the Sean Forney illustration page, because I do have a few APs. Or I know you said it was a friend, so send it my way, and I can get you pricing and all that jazz. But guys, thanks so much for coming in, hanging out with us, joining. You gave us a ton of stuff for the quick sketch for next week, for next Thursday.
Yes, absolutely. That's
Kevin Struble says he's headed over to Kickstarter to be number 72.
Nice. All right, Kevin, you go, brother. Appreciate it.
So my Porg is still available if anybody's interested. You guys can message us on that. Rodney's Ewok has been sold. So if Guys, make sure you tune back in Thursday for Thursday Night Throwdown. Rodney and I are going to do something from the Spider-Verse. Do a couple little quick 30-minute draw-offs here for our sketch-off. And do it all over again there. Over on the Hasm and Rodney Fike channels.
There you go. Sounds like a plan.
Excellent.
All right, brother. Well, as they say in the movies, the dishes are done, man.
That they are.
All right.
Everybody have a safe, happy, fun weekend. Enjoy International Beer Day today.
Yes. Take advantage.
And see you guys next Thursday. And join Jaylen Warner for some Wookiee strippers.
Hey now.
Squirrel.
Pearl.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.